Hello and welcome everybody to the first episode of the BFCN. I'm KRL Day and I'm joined here by my co-host LA Galaxy to bring you the latest in the SWBFC news. Today we will be talking about the current multi-mode tourney and how it's developed up to this point. Our first topic today is the group stage matches where we got to see who would really be the big teams this tourney. So Galaxy, why don't you start off by taking me through each of the groups?
So starting out with Group 1. Group 1 was a little bit of an upset group. 3-2-2 and Aggressive Campers were the two teams able to make it out of that group and into the playoffs. Now, how those teams set into the playoffs was actually a little interesting. AC was actually able to pull out an upset over the reigning champions 3-2-2. They were able to take them out, forcing 3-2-2 to play a first-round matchup rather than getting a bye. So that's really crucial for them not to have. So AC definitely coming out of that group as the strong team. Alrighty, so next off, Group 2. Now, Group 2 holds probably the best team that has ever played in Battlefront. We know them as APOC, but this tournament they have come out with a new name, like they do in every tournament, Touch Gaming, and did exactly what we expected them to do. They beat every team in their group pretty handily, and definitely set in stone who and what they are. Now, the other team to make it out of that group was Pistol Fair. Now, this is Puffy's team, a European team that has not really been doing that well in past tournaments, but have finally made it into the playoffs. So definitely a big step up for them, and definitely something to look forward to. All right, next off, we're going to be talking about Group 3. Now, Group 3 was a pretty interesting group. Top of this group ended up being GOAT. They ended up winning 4 out of 4 of their matches with style. Now, if you don't know, GOAT is a mixture of players who have been riding a bench or haven't really gotten the recognition that they deserve in past tournaments. So they've come together this tournament and definitely shown well. Second team to finish off in this group was Aggressive Campers Jr. Obviously, the second team to Aggressive Campers, and they ended up winning 3 out of 4 of their group stage matches. Now, they were not pre-planned to be in this situation. They ended up taking the spot of MMR, who had to back out of the tournament due to them disbanding. So they were really fortunate to be able to be put in that situation, and they got to playoffs along with GOAT. All right, second to last group, Group 4, was a pretty predictable one. The two teams going on to the playoffs was Wrath and RIS. Wrath finishing pretty much every group like they have been the last couple tournaments. They won 4 out of 4 in the group stage and looking to be as consistent as they are in playoffs as they were in past tournaments. Second team to finish off in the group was Rabbits International Squad. Now, this team has been doing pretty consistent in the last couple tourneys. I believe Cargo 3 was their beginning tournament, and they did pretty well for themselves, and they've come back with a bang, winning 3 out of 4 of their group stage matches, losing to Wrath, sadly, but they will go on with Wrath to the playoffs. Alright, fifth and final group. Group 5 was another interesting one. The two teams moving on were Sith Happens and TRA, but the order might not be as common as it may sound. Sith Happens was actually able to go 4-0, beating out number 5 TRA to get top of the group and get the second seed going into the playoffs. Now, the second team going on, it will be TRA. TRA was able to win 3 out of 4 of the games, losing to Sith Happens and having to play that play-in match to get into the round of 16.
Yeah, so now going into the playoff brackets, I see there are some upsets that I would have liked to see go the other way, and some blowouts that I myself am a little surprised by. Here you see Sith Happens getting 3-0'd by RAS, and I really thought Sith Happens would have been able to get at least a map win in there somewhere. You know, at least on one of the game modes, some map they really know. Also, we should mention it's a shame that TRA sadly had to take a forfeit loss in their first match in the playoffs, and so that cut their playoff road pretty short.
Yeah, TRA unfortunately did have to take that for Campers Jr., who did go on to lose to Touch Gaming 3-0 in the quarterfinals. Now, the winner of that match will be playing GOAT, who was able to take down Aggressive Campers 3-1, a pretty big upset there. On the other side of the bracket, we have Rabbits International Squad taking out Pistol Affair 3-2 in almost an upset match, and then smashing Sith Happens 3-0 in the round of 16. That team will be facing off against 3-2-2, who barely skinned off a win against Wrath 3-2.
Yeah, and talking about the Wrath versus 3-2 match, or 3-2 1 3-2-2, uh, it's pretty interesting, or it's kind of sad actually, because Wrath in Drop Zone 4 versed MMR, and they lost to MMR in the semifinals, but then MMR lost to 3-2 in the finals. So, I mean, it's kind of just, unlucky for Wrath to have to go up against the team who beat the team that beat them in the semifinals of Drop Zone 4. So, they have really had, you know, big challengers coming up against them, and they've just been having a really rough time in the tournaments. Alright, so let's move on to our big topic of this episode, and that is the upcoming semifinal matches this weekend, which consist of our top 4 teams this tournament: Touch Gaming, GOAT, RAS, and 322. So let's start off by talking about TG, also known as Touch Gaming. These guys have not played together as a team since Cargo 3, which they won the finals of.
Yeah, so Touch Gaming have been a bit of a wild one. They've always been known as a dominant team, and they have shown that once again. Bringing back the All-Star lineup, rookie Alpha Revan Tragic, and the new addition to this tournament of Albert Blah, formerly a DZ4 champion from 322 last tournament. So an interesting switch up for him, but he is just more of what this Touch Gaming is. They are a Slayer team. They've always been known that, and it's aided them to championships. But that could be on the line against a very capable GOAT team, especially if they don't use Tragic. Of what I've heard, Tragic might not even play the rest of this tournament, which I think is a mess up for them, and they should definitely bring him back.
Yeah, they have definitely shown their slaying capabilities, and it's going to come down to GOAT, who will be versing them in the semis to capitalize on their objective gameplay and get some of the important clutch kills themselves.
Yeah, this GOAT roster has definitely shown well. They beat aggressive campers in the quarterfinals to get here, and they will have to show the exact same thing if they want any chance at taking out the number 1 seed, Touch Gaming. Now, LTO and Good Poo are going to be the main factors here. These guys need to be on point if they're going to have a chance of taking down Touch Gaming. Obviously, this is a new team, so they're still getting better by the game. So it'll be a definitely good match to watch. So make sure you watch that one.
Alright, now let's move on down to the other semifinals match, which is going to be between RAS and 322. And RAS is in for a tough one.
Yeah, IRS are definitely in for a tough one. They are definitely going to be named as the underdogs of this semifinal matchup. RS up against possibly one of the best teams that's ever played this game, 3-2-2. But Handu, Red Blue Rock, King X Series, and Pinler are going to have to bring out everything they can against 3-2-2. Obviously, they are the only European team left, so they're going to need that host advantage. Really, they're going to need that. That's going to be a savior for them. So as long as they can use that and they can adapt to the 3-2-2 lineup, they could potentially upset 3-2-2.
Okay, and now finally onto 322. I think if there is a team who I want to see go against Touch Gaming, it would probably be 322. These guys are Drop Zone 4 winners and are looking to get at least a spot in the finals. And a match of 322 versus Touch Gaming would be incredible to see. Probably just as hype as the 322 versus our match was in Drop Zone 4.
Yeah, this 3-2-2 lineup is definitely one to look forward to, but they cannot underestimate Rabbit's international squad. They cannot go into this matchup being overconfident because then they will just crumble. Now, this 3-2-2 lineup has been struggling to find that solid, and as long as they can find a solid fourth before this matchup begins, I think they'll have no problem taking out Rabbit's international squad. But overall, looking forward to this match.
Alright, so that's pretty much a look at each of the teams that are going to be playing in the semifinals. So, last thing to say about these matches, go ahead and give our predictions. So, for the first game, which would be Touch Gaming versus GOAT, in my opinion, I think Touch Gaming will be the victors off of it, mainly because they have, I don't want to say more experience than GOAT, because I don't know how long the GOAT players have been playing, but Touch Gaming are just, they've been one of the top teams in this community for the longest now. I don't want to see go get sweep 3-0. I don't think they're going to, mainly because they won 3-1 against aggressive campers, which is a pretty good score against them. So I expect Goat to win at least one map. I really don't want to see him get completely swept, but I think Touch Game is going to be the ones to go into the finals there.
I actually will agree with you on who is going to win this matchup. I believe Touch Gaming will come out victors of this. I think if they do bring back Tragic, it will be a pretty one-sided game. But if Tragic is not used, I see winning two maps. Go comes out really strong at the beginning of every map. So as long as they can keep that up against Touch Gaming, they can get some pods. They can get a couple early cargos, some early points in Droid Run, and they can upset some matches.
Okay, so now onto our last semifinals match, our second one. This is between RAS and 322. For this match, my predictions. I myself am just going to say 322 is going to be the ones to win this. They have been really strong, pretty much ever since they joined the community. And in the recent tourneys, I mean, they just won DZ4, but I mean, even that, they're still beating teams. They're 3-0ing teams. They are, clutching it up and everything. They're doing what they need to do. RAS, I myself do not have a lot of experience watching these players. I mean, maybe I do. I just don't. I'm not really good at remembering this stuff. That's why I have you with me. But RAS, I think, has a chance, considering that they've made it this far into the tournament. I don't know too much about them, but I myself am just going to go ahead and say 3-2 is going to win the match. I can't really say what the score is going to be because, for all I know, RAS could win a couple of maps on them. But I think just from what I've seen, 3-2 will be the ones to win this.
Alrighty, well, I am going to completely disagree with you. I believe Rabs National Squad will take this semifinals matchup 3-2 against 322. Obviously, no pun intended. This Rabs International Squad has come off a huge win against the number 2 seed Sith Happens. They have proved themselves in this tournament, and I believe they will beat 322. Their close range gun skill will definitely help them out against 322, and their element of surprise. 322 is not expecting any challenge from Rabs International Squad. They're going to try to go easy on them. It's not going to work. RIS taking it 3-2.
All right, well, I guess that will be all for our talk about the semifinal matches that are coming up and the bracket itself. So, with that said, we can now move on to basically the overview of what this whole entire thing has been so far. Like I said, we are calling this the BFCN, the Battlefront Competitive Network. This will be the new podcast type deal thing that we commentators slash analysts are going to be doing for the SWBFC. It's basically going to be me and Galaxy being the main host of this, but we do plan on getting a lot of people from the community involved. Different people, whoever wants to give their knowledge on the different teams, whoever wants to come and give their opinions and all that. We'll be taking suggestions from all of you guys in the community as well. You can just message us or whatever. If you ever want to make an appearance on the show, just go ahead and message us. We'll see what we can do. We can also have a whole group of casters here. And it doesn't even have to be people who commentate. It could just be players themselves, which we plan on doing in the future as well. Interviewing people and all that. Next, or in the future episodes, I think we plan on getting Decker in here every once in a while. He's definitely one person that we kind of want to get in here as well. And then anyone else really that shows any interest in wanting to do this with us. For the BFCN though, we have a lot of ideas that we want to go through with this. So this pilot episode, we went through the entire tourney, the multi-mode tourney that is currently going on. We've pretty much covered everything that's happened through this tourney in the last month that's been going on or whatever. And sadly, not that many matches have been streamed for it on the SWBFC channel. I know a lot of people have streamed it on their YouTubes, so it's been kind of hard for us to get footage and all that. But for the BFCN, what we want to make this into is basically something that the people who are interested in something like this can come, people who are in the community can come and watch or listen to all these other people give opinions about their teams and themselves. We're going to be showing. We plan on showing the highlights of players and teams throughout the tournaments as they go. Any big news of teams disbanding or something, we'll give that whenever it happens on the episodes. I think we plan on doing stuff like plays of the week and just highlights of each team and all that. Maybe upsets of the week if some team sadly loses in a tournament match or anything. Basically, it's just going to be a lot of stuff that like ESPN does, but for us, that's what we're kind of basing it off of, to be honest. So yeah, we have a lot of ideas that we want to expand on, and we're open to take any suggestions from whoever wants to give them, whoever wants to be involved with this. We thank you guys very much for watching this. If you watched it this much through, thank you very much. We will be doing this weekly. That's what we plan on doing at least. It could come to something that is actually like every couple of days. I really don't think it's going to be anything that we're going to do every single day. What we also plan on doing is making this a live show on the SWBFC Twitch. So me, Galaxy, and whoever will be able to stream that live, and then we'll upload it to the SWBFC YouTube as well. So this will be open to all of you guys. This will hopefully also be an introduction to other players who play Star Wars Battlefronts that might want to get into our community, if they find us and all that good stuff. So thank you very much for watching this pilot episode. Again, any opinions or suggestions, go ahead and message me in Galaxy, and we will do what we can. So Galaxy, thank you very much for joining me on this, and thank you very much for being a part of this with me. And yeah, if you don't have anything else to say, this will be our conclusion to this episode. I don't think it does. All right, so guys, for about fourth time now, thank you, and we'll see you all next week with more info. Hopefully before the finals happen, and we'll see you then. Have a good night. Have a good day. Have a good whatever. Goodbye.